Happy Monday, loaded show ahead here on this edition of Seattle Seahawks Today. Could Quandre Diggs make a return to the Seattle Seahawks? We will discuss that possibility, give you our thoughts and analysis coming up in just a matter of moments. Also, could a trade for linebacker Chad Muma be in the works? We will show you the latest rumor on that. Give you our thoughts in just a moment. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us here on today's show. We want to set the comment record here on today's program, as this month the most comments we've gotten on a single video was 282. I need at minimum 300 S's in the chat for Seahawks. Let's set that comment record. Show some love for your Seattle Seahawks. A minimum 300. 1,000 would be really good. Let's see what you guys can make happen. We'll get started with today's show. Is comeback season on for Seahawks safety Quandre Diggs? Diggs was released by the Seahawks earlier this offseason and still remains available for any team to sign in free agency. SI All Seahawks is recommending that the Seahawks make a move for a return for Diggs to the Seahawks roster in 2024. What would that role look like? Here's more from Corbin Smith of SI All Seahawks. With Jenkins on board, that's referring to Rayshon Jenkins, and Julian Love returning, a starting spot isn't readily available for Diggs, which would require some concessions from a player who started 104 games since 2017. But even if he isn't viewed as an every down player at this stage, that doesn't mean he couldn't provide value in a situational role either, especially playing for Macdonald, who prioritized deploying 3 safety sets as the Ravens defensive coordinator over the past 2 seasons. Still a capable defender who offers leadership, positional flexibility, and plenty of ball-hawking skills, Diggs could step in as a viable rotational coverage safety for the Seahawks with a chance to still make a significant impact in a defensive scheme that leans heavily on 5 and 6 defensive back formations. It's no secret Diggs is coming off of a down year in 2023, but that was the first down year that he had in recent memory, and a lot of that can fall on the previous regime here in Seattle. But you look at what would be asked of Quandre Diggs now compared to when he was with this team previously, it'd be much different. To be that third safety option, right? It would be on a veteran minimum deal compared to the money he was making previously. In that scenario, that makes perfect sense for what the Seattle Seahawks want to do. Quandre Diggs was on X this weekend, tweeting out at EA Sports, asking them if they could get him a job, saying, "What's good with it at EA Sports College? I ain't got no job, but I would love to make my job playing the game early." Well, you better believe, Quandre, I cannot wait to get home from work to be doing the same thing today. You better believe I'm playing college football 25. We're going to get the Kansas Jayhawks a national championship. Guarantee. He's in the game. I'm in the game. He wants to be in the game on the football field too, not just the video game world. And I think the Seahawks could be exactly what Quandre Diggs needs. You look at the safety room in Seattle. I love me some Julian Love, no pun intended, along with Rayshon Jenkins. They make for a good duo between the two of them. But beyond that, you have some question marks, right? We don't know what we're going to see out of Kayvon Wallace. We don't know if Kobe Bryant is going to be able to stay healthy and if he's better suited to play safety or corner at this point in his career. If you're going to go with a 3-high safety look, you don't have an obvious answer right now. Quandre Diggs, meanwhile, could be that obvious answer that you're looking for. A 3-time Pro Bowler who was a great leader, was well-liked, well-respected, one of the faces of this Seahawks defense in recent memory, and somebody that wants to be a Seattle Seahawk. He embraced the culture and put this team on his back the last several seasons. You know, all those character issues we talked about with Jamal Adams over the last couple of months, it's the complete and total opposite with Quandre Diggs. This is a guy that you want on your team. Statistically speaking, last season, 95 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 5 pass breakups, and 1 interception. The season prior had 71 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 7 pass breakups, and 4 interceptions. His interception total last year was a significant drop-off from what he had done the previous 3 seasons. And the big issue with Quandre Diggs, of where he took a step back last year, coverage was a concern, as he had his struggles at times throughout the year last year. And for Quandre Diggs, that's going to need to be something that he greatly improves upon if he is going to be a member of the Seattle Seahawks next year. He can't be a liability, if you will, for this Seahawks defense and coverage. And I think with just better coaching, with a better scheme, these numbers that you saw last year, I think should greatly improve. There's no reason why, with Quandre Diggs' capabilities, he should be giving up a 71% completion percentage and a quarterback rating of 95.4. And asked to do a lesser role, to me, it makes sense. So if you're the Seattle Seahawks, just go ahead and do it. Why not? A veteran that still can play at a high level, that's a cheap contract, that wants to be there, and would be your number 3 safety, I'm all in. What do you guys think? Should the Seahawks bring back Quandre Diggs? Type S for sign, P for pass. Weigh in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Seattle Seahawks Today is bringing you nonstop Seahawks coverage you won't find anywhere else, with daily news and rumors, live shows twice a week. We're going to have watch parties for every game this season. We are bringing you breaking news. If the Seahawks make a move to sign Quandre Diggs, we're going to have a video here on the channel for you as quickly as we can. We are your off-season headquarters, where there is no off-season here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Never miss a moment. Let's shift gears now towards Chad Muma. The Jacksonville Jags linebacker has been named as a new trade target for the Seattle Seahawks, as suggested by SB Nation's Field Gulls. Let's let them hear what they had to say about this idea. When the Jacksonville Jaguars selected their second linebacker in the 2022 draft, Chad Muma, it seemed like he and Devin Lloyd would be the future of the position and the defense. However, the former Wyoming player has failed to solidify a starting role in Jacksonville, posting just 4 starts with just over 60 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and 1.5 sacks in his first 2 seasons. Seattle has a lot of questions at inside linebacker, with both starters injured during OTAs. Muma is a safety who transitioned to linebacker and brought with him the ability to cover in zone and process to read the quarterback. He is capable of running the field from sideline to sideline as robust tackling machine. This is exactly what the Seattle Seahawks need when you talk about a linebacker that can cover, as Mike Macdonald has talked about so much, that they're not looking for guys that can just get after the quarterback, but guys that can also play coverage well, that would be cheap, a young piece, and a depth piece that you would feel comfortable with sitting behind Jerome Baker or Terrell Dodson. And we already mentioned the injuries with those two that they're under right now. The hope is they're supposed to be back for training camp, but even if later on more injuries pop up, you would feel more than okay with Chad Muma stepping in and being in their place. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg potentially to get this trade. Not only is Muma on a cheap contract right now on a rookie deal, but you'd be looking at giving up, what, a 6th-round pick potentially is all? To me, that makes a ton of sense for the Seattle Seahawks. If the Jags are willing to do this, to go ahead and go through with this trade. What do you guys think? Should the Seahawks trade for Chad Muma? Type T for trade, D for decline. Well, in the comment section, let us know what you think. Byron Murphy jerseys on sale now. Chatsports.com/Murphy. We got the home jersey, the away jersey, the alternate throwback option for you, men's and women's sizes. Go see for yourself. He'll wear the number 91, so just add a 9 to that 1. Chatsports.com/Murphy. Got free shipping available as well. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. That's chatsports.com/Murphy. All right, let's get to know Chad Muma a little bit more here. As Muma, a 3rd-round pick back in 2022 out of Wyoming. And he transitioned from the safety position to inside linebacker. So this is a guy that's very versatile, that can do multiple things out there. 33 career games played with 4 starts and he's been kind of forgotten about, if you will, kind of pushed to the side in this Jags defense. You look at the statistics over the last 2 seasons, and you can see, although he played in all 17 games last season, his snap count was pretty limited. Just had 15 total tackles with 2 pass breakups. The year prior, in 16 games played, had 47 tackles with 3 tackles for loss and 1 pass breakup. Coverage stats, they don't tell the full story with the limited number of snaps. They don't show you exactly what Muma is capable of. Completion percentage allowed was 85%. Quarterback rating was 113.7. But I would think that those numbers, if he were to get more time, you would see a much better result of the talent of what Muma actually is. Look, the Seahawks are desperate at this point in time. They have to do something at this position sooner than later. Make an investment of some sorts, whether it's a trade or free agent signing, because what they have right now, I'm going to tell you this, you cannot roll out with this week 1 when the season begins. If it's just Dodson and Baker and then a rookie at night, you are in big trouble, folks. And big trouble is going to lead to bad things. I can tell you that much right now. Drake Thomas, a UDFA guy. John Radigan, we'll see if he even makes the roster. He's not worth $3 million, I can tell you that much. If he's going to come back, he's got to take a pay cut. Pat O'Connell, Devin Richardson, Easton Gibbs, this just isn't going to work. You have to find some help. Chad Muma could be the answer Seattle's looking for. Who's a player the Seahawks should trade for? We talked about Chad Muma today. Who else comes to mind? Let us know in the comment section who that is. And we will see you next time right here on Seattle Seahawks Today. So long, everybody.